It's Madden NFL 23. And coming up is the lockdown man himself, Jair Alexander.
The weather this time of year in the South, perfect fall football weather. And we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. And Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they enter play. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6".
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
They go play action here on first down. They'll drop this underneath to Carter. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in Week 2. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. 2nd and 5. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
And part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this. And now it's a prime opportunity, just moments in the game, to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
So here are the Saints now with great starting field position. They'll have Lamar Jackson calling the shots, the former Heisman Trophy winner from Louisville.
And I like his honesty, because when we sat down with him, I mean, he was the first one to say, that was on me last week, a really poor performance. Way too many interceptions, didn't find the end zone throwing the ball, put his defense and his special teams in some real jeopardy, but somehow they won the game.
They won.
Yeah, what I loved about it is when he told us about the defense kind of corralling him in the locker room and said, all right, my man, we're not going to do that again this week, are we?
The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Jackson. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, hauled in by Shark. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Packers' kick here is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy here. You steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you painted the picture perfectly there. All the things that have gone on. And the important thing, other than the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum.
So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Well, no matter your experience level as a quarterback, you throw an interception on that first drive, maybe a little shaken up. Nice response there to get their first down.
I think you make an excellent point. I don't care who you are. You throw an interception, it's going to get to you a little bit. But the ones that we've seen that are the best, you never notice it. They don't come to the bench, throw their helmets, they don't do any of that. They just go back out the next drive and act like it never happened. And that's what we're seeing here.
2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far and brings up 3rd down. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
That's how you shake off the interception they threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
They'll start this drive out on the ground, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Nice chunky yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. The Saints in a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5.
And they were a bit fortunate last week having to gut out a 1-point victory, so they definitely have some room for improvement here. But that type of a win leads them to believe that they can get much better in the future.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Jackson, options out left. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Falcons grab it. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. This defense for the Saints, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
On 4th down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Sitting in 1st place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
Now a good job shifting right, finding his target. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. Jackson now. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing, maybe a movement. His shoulders, who knows what it could be. He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing.
Back now in Atlanta, 2nd quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they've got it 2nd down and 11. Carter on the toss right. And the running lane's non-existent in this 1st half as they'll stop him behind the line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. They're going to look to throw. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he's going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able... down conversion. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Escaping the pressure right, and he'll just get rid of it. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And this is going to be as the tackle's made at the Saints 26. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. As we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Back look to throw again. Over the middle, that's caught by QT. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Saints are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
It's going to be a lot tougher adding a touchdown to that lead now since they're facing 2nd and 20-plus. Big-time sack to start the drive and put the opponent way back. Let's see what kind of play call they come up with here.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Jackson. This throw left side is caught by Tolbert. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a 2nd down. Play action. It's Jackson. That's caught inside the 20. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead grows to 10-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Butker on for the PAT. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
On 1st and 10, it's Carter. He'll get it across the 35. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run it, try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back and you're going to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Here's a 2nd and 7. That's complete to Robinson. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 41-yard line.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 8.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's taken down here by the Saints. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And now the Saints get set to trot out there.
Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
On 2nd and 10, Jackson. This is caught. It's Brown. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Jackson on first down. And that is incomplete.
He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away with that one not being picked off?
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
And Jackson throwing once more. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
Running back Michael Carter returning to the field with the rest of this offense.
They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you get a chance to come back to it when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
And oh, he coughed it up. The Saints say they have it, and they do. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. To To throw again on second down. Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. Man open left side is Brown. Touchdown, New Orleans. Marquise Brown as the first half is winding down. And the Saints will extend their lead here just before halftime.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the route is on here in this first half.
Falcons, nothing. Harrison Butker set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
QT on the return. The Falcons take over first and 10. At their own
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. They'll set up to throw. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Evans.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey. And it's the Giants who are leading comfortably at halftime. Mac Jones with a couple of touchdown passes. From there, we head on over to Wisconsin to check on the Packers at home at Lambeau Field. And they trail the visiting Chicago Bears. A touchdown pass for Trey Lance in that one. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And that game all square as they take on the visiting Seahawks. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Saints. And their offense has been in top form so far, especially their passing game, as it's helped push them out to this big halftime lead. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams...
Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. So here are the Saints to take over. They were winners a week ago over the Bucs. They lead here as well as they come up on first down. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Here's Pollard again. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Past the 20.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
And he's got him. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Saints take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Butker now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now.
A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
It's Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt.
And he's got it as the score is now 31-7. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field.
Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
Play action. Now Jackson. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep, and the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through. makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. No surprise this offense would be able to convert. They're currently second in the league in first downs, and they pick up one here.
Yeah, not a stat that we talk about a heck of a lot, but it's a vital one. And in this case, it's really vital because what does it do? It keeps their defense off the field, gives them a chance to rest.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
They go play action with Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Falcons will have solid. As they take over at their 45-yard line. They're still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over. Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now back to throw. Steps away to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Saints again ready to go on offense. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Throwing middle, and it's complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 56 yards on the ground for him so far. Options galore here. Second and a few inches. Shotgun handoff to Brown here. They find some open field here. Touchdown, New Orleans. Hollywood, Marquise Brown with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Saints will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Kiki QT now from his end zone. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the... Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
Yet again, targeting and finding Mark Andrews.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And some space here. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Carter straight ahead.
And he'll get this down only to the 18. Akeem Hicks that time on the tackle. That result, really no surprise. It's what we're coming accustomed to with this #1 ranked rush defense.
And you study the game. Does this bring back a few memories? Maybe the 85 Bears trying to move the ball against them, 2000 Ravens. Heck, how about the late 60s, early 70s Purple People Eaters, the Minnesota Vikings? Hard to move the ball against those types of teams.
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
A give up the middle to Carter.
And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
A gain of 5. It's 4th down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. Wait a second. That's got to be a mistake. They declined it.
That doesn't make any sense, right? I mean, it doesn't at all, because you want that penalty. All right, they just picked up a 1st down, right? You want the penalty.
I am so confused right now. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner?
Puts it on the carpet. It's out. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Looking at it from the defense's perspective, they could have really used the football to try to start eating into this deficit.
Yeah, because now possession's so crucial at this stage of the game. And when you've got an opportunity to hop on a turnover and you don't get it, you can feel the frustration all the way up here.
And the offense, they're living right now. Another bounce and break that goes their way.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. A couple of 1st downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 81 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And Shark calls it in. Touchdown, New Orleans. DJ Chark, 38 yards. And the Saints are looking to run it to 5-1 on the season as they add to their fourth quarter lead. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
The Falcons back out, getting set for this next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today.
Picked off by Eric Stokes.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 30.
Back to throw here. And that's caught inside the 35.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Now, defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From the 6. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense.
They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go.
There he goes, left side. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. Man, 1 play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, 1 play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. big-time play, big-time result.
Jackson here, he's going to look to throw, and he's brought down. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And guys, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys.
Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted.
Isaiah Oliver with the INT.
And the Falcons are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
The 49-yard line.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's got it reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Fourth down, here's Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago. And you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for New Orleans, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns.